iRacing is a sim racing game that combines a true-to-life racing experience with an online community of virtual racers from all around the globe. iRacing offers a multitude of officially licensed cars and tracks, laser scanned with millimeter accuracy. Their car models and mechanical systems are based on real-world physics, engineered in cooperation with manufacturers and race teams. Their skill license system ranges from rookie to pro, ensuring members are always pitted against those with similar skill sets. Members are able to sign up for a weekly race series, compete in time trials, host a private race with friends, and participate in racing leagues created and run by the community. With over 170,000 members, iRacing works in partnership with renowned motorsports organizations like NASCAR to deliver virtual races based on the real-life NASCAR Cup Series, as well as many other series on the NASCAR ladder. iRacing also features team racing, providing a variety of options for members to create and manage their own teams. Race with friends or real-world teammates in full-length endurance events like the 24 Hours of Daytona, Spa 24, or the Bathurst 12 Hour. Additional partners include IMSA, World of Outlaws, Supercars, and IndyCar, allowing members to race in their very own Indianapolis 500, Bathurst 1000, Chili Bowl, and many more iconic events. This is iRacing, delivering the most authentic racing experience short of getting into a real race car. Sign up today at iRacing.com.
Welcome in, race fans! It is championship night here for the Checkered Flag Auto Supply SK Modified Series for Red Light Racing. It is championship night brought to us by Culpeppers Bakery and Calf. Culpeppers Bakery and Calf, a full-line bakery with your everyday treats, or for your special occasions, and a cafe full service and breakfast, lunch, and if you just want to sit down and have a cup of joe, a snack with your family and friends. Located at 500 Cambridge Street, Westchester, Massachusetts, by Holy Cross College. We got to thank Culpeppers and all the supporters up there for joining us for championship night here for the SK Modified Series here for Red Light Racing. It has been a great season, race fans, and it all comes down to this. We've been with you since the start at the Phoenix International Raceway when Joe Strano won his first race, and we've also been here when Sean Single broke into victory lane for his first race of the season. So along the way, we've had the wily veterans of Max Terriold and Rex Hoyle go back to victory lane a handful of times, and well, will we see somebody new tonight break into victory lane, or will we see Max Terriold, who comes in as your championship leader, be able to hold on to that championship lead here tonight? Well, we're about to find out as we talked about that championship. Let's dive into it a little bit more. Max Terriold does come in. He has a 16-point championship lead over Dalton Williamson. Right now, the way I'm calculating the points right now, I did take my shoes off to think about this. We are looking at a two-horse race here for the championship. It's going to come down to the Ontario driver of Max Terriold and the Florida native of Dalton Williamson, only 16 points. Rex Hoyle is 29 points out, and I just think that it's going to be too far of a reach for Rex Hoyle. Joe Strano, though, is only 6 points back from Rex Hoyle, so he's looking to break into the podium finishes for the championship standings. John Whitendorf, one of those rookies this season. He's 5th. Sean Single, another rookie. He's 6th. Trevarthen, 7th. Buckley is 8th. Butler is 9th. And Bob Higgins right now leads the Higgins group in this championship standings. He has a 11-point margin over his son of Rob Higgins. We'll check back on that here a little bit later on tonight. Right now, these boys are in qualifying. How about we go down here? The truck whipped this up for us. A little bit of a throwback to what we've seen this season. Let's check it out. Raceway. Well, I understand a great video by the crew, but unfortunately it looks like the sound didn't come through. We'll see if we can get that worked out for all you race fans and get it up live a little bit later on here tonight for you. We apologize for the sound discrepancy. Windows did an update for us here in the studio before we came live here tonight, and that looks like it may have just played a little havoc on our sound studio. So, but race fans, you just saw all the races here this season as we thrown it back through the last 11 weeks of the season. We talked about Joe Strano picking up his first win of the season at the Phoenix International Raceway, and then we headed to Martinsville. Max Terriot went to Victory Lane. Rex Hoyle won at Langley. So it's been a great season. A lot of different winners. Sean Single, Dalton Williamson, and of course the rookie John Whitendorf winning 2 back-to-back races at Nashville and the Bull Ring. So now, with under a minute left in qualifying, it looks like every driver has turned in a time, and one of those championship hopefuls sitting currently on that provisional pole. It is Dalton Williamson right now, Brian Hacker, and then the other championship hopeful of Max Terriot. It's the race of the old and the young, the new generation versus the old generation. 2 different driving styles between the 2 championship drivers here of Williamson and Terriot. Terriot is more that laid back. I'll sit here and I'll ride around Dalton Williamson. He wants to win every lap. He calls himself the hot lap king. We'll see if he, can turn 100 hot laps here tonight. He was able to turn 2 fast ones here in qualifying, so with 33 seconds to go, he is going to be our final pole award here tonight for championship night, brought to us by Culpeppers Bakery and Calf. Race fans, I hope you're ready here, and we thank you all for tuning in tonight. It will be 100 of ground-pounding racing action with the modifieds here for the final race at the Richmond Raceway. We have some great sponsors we also got to thank for this season. We got to thank the guys over at Six Rings Racing. We got to thank the guys over at the Checkered Flag Auto Supply, of course, coming with us. And we have to also, in our memories and our hearts, remember the Nathan Grassi Memorial 50 at the Nashville Fairgrounds. And, of course, Culpeppers coming on board here for the season finale. So let's go down trackside and take our final starting lineup of the season. Starting lineup will look like this, and it is brought to us by Six Rings Racing. Starting on the front row, driver out of Tampa, Florida, driving the number 1, it is Dalton Williamson. Starting in P number 2, driving for the Smith Racing Inc. entry, the number 5, this is going to be Brian Hacker. Starting in position number 3, the championship points leader coming in, that's the number 42, that is Max Terriot. Starting to his outside, also hailing out of Canada, it's the Beefy Motorsports number 83 of Brandon Feeney. Joe Strano with the number 43, Strano Brothers Racing Green Forest Tree Supply entry will roll off 5th here tonight on the grid. 6th will go to the Rev Esports, number 11 out of Ayer, Massachusetts, the number 11 of Sean Single. Brian Bianchi in the Culpeppers Cafe entry will roll off P number 7. The Racing School number 8 of Dan Butler will go 8th on the grid. Then it's going to be the 01. It's the Full Throttle Racing Adventure in Pixels 01 of Richard Murdoch. Starting out of Virginia in the number 6 machine, that's the Six Rings Racing, Eric Stout in the 10th position. Starting 11th out of Massachusetts, driving the number 2, it's the Need for Speed Motorsport Draft Top entry of Joshua Buckley. Starting in position number 11, racing for the Rev Esports, number 45, this is Tim Williams. Starting 13th on the grid here tonight, driving out of the Higgins Hill Racing, number 40 entry, Checkered Flag Auto Supply on the side of this machine, it is Rob Higgins. Starting in the 14th position, hailing out of New England, driving the number 33 Racing School entry, this is Mike Taschereau. Starting 15th, driving out of the Midwest, driving the Swagger in number 97, this is Don Kohnman. He'll start 15th. Driver of the number 24, 2 wins on the season, this is John Whitendorf. He'll roll off 16th. 17th to the number 54 of Rex Hoyle. He'll go 17th. 18th on the grid, hailing out of New York, driving the number 37 Fanatec 37 NY, this is Brian Robinson. Starting in the 19th position, driving the number 25 out of California, it's Rob Haynes. It is the number 41 of Bob Higgins. He'll roll off that number 41 in the 20th position. Starting 21st on the grid, it's going to be the Twitch streamer, the number 94 of Daniel Tobin Jr. Rolling off 22nd here tonight, one of those rookies this season. It's the 99 out of Virginia. That is Mark Jenkins. Starting 23rd here tonight, hailing out of Carolina, driving the Raven Graphics number 63. This is Glenn Jameson. Starting in the 24th position, having some technical difficulties here as of late. We'll see if he does take to the grid. This is the number 31 of Michael Trevarthen. Starting back into the 25th position and rounding out the field here on championship night for the Six Rings Racing starting lineup. This is going to be Tony Strano starting shotgun to the field. Cars are on the racetrack, race fans. This is one of 2 pace laps here for championship night. We are getting ready to go racing in the Culpeppers Bakery and Calf Championship night. There you see your front row. They are locked. They are ready. Heat in the tires, heat in the motors. Dalton Williamson, Brian Hacker. Second row, Max Terriel and Brandon Feeney. Keep your eye on that number 1 and the number 42 all night long. Both of them going to start to the inside lane here. 16 points separate the 2. It's going to be about 10 positions needed here for Dalton Williamson over Max Terriel tonight if he's going to make this championship push to the end. He has a good starting spot, though, out front, the BK Paints entry. Brandon Feeney also have a keynote here tonight for Brandon Feeney. This is his best starting position of the season in that number 83. As they're coming to the restart zone for the first time here tonight. Green flag is up, put 100 laps on the board. Scorekeeper, let's go racing here. Championship night brought to us by Culpeppers Bakery and Calf here at the Richmond Raceway is officially underway. It'll be Dalton Williamson leading us out of turn number 2. He'll lead down the back straightaway. That's going to put Hacker and Terriel side by side here. As it will be the 42 of Max Terriel. It looks like he has the advantage on the bottom side. There is Joe Strand on the brand new Green Forest Resupply entry. But lap number 1 will go to the Tampa, Florida driver of Dalton Williamson. He has the race lead with the championship competitor running right there in that second position. Brian Hacker not able to do anything on the outside. Also Eric Stout there. You see him a little bit farther back into the field. He's sitting in the 10th position as Dan Butler works the inside of the speedway on him. So it looks like Stout's just going to ride around the high side, see if he can find an opening down to the bottom. Might have an opening right now. If he wants to jet down to the inside, he will. That's the 2 of Joshua Buckley. Buckley going to go ahead and lift just a little bit in that draft top entry, so it will allow the number 6 of Stout to hold the 10th position. Don Coleman also sitting back here. He hasn't been able to work his way around too many cars. He's still side by side with the driver that he started side by side with, and that's the 33. That's the racing school entry of Mike Taschereau. Taschereau to the outside. Here comes the wily veteran of Rex Hoyle. Not such a good starting position here tonight for the American Tire Distributors machine. Oh, Taschereau going to go around to the inside. Whitendorf along with him. There you see both drivers trying to turn their modifieds around here tonight out of turn number 2. Bringing out the first caution flag of the evening. So caution flag number 1 going to fly. And let's take a look back. Let's see what the truck has found for us. John Whitendorf, we were just watching these 2 drivers as there's Taschereau to the outside in the white racing school entry. He comes down. Whitendorf wasn't expecting it. The contact happens. They both go around to the inside. Neither of them are going to walk away with that much damage. On board here with Whitendorf. Just that little contact going to turn both of them around. They both get going, though, so that's a good point there. Both of them going to turn their machines back around, and they're just going to have to tag the rear of the field now. Whitendorf will come to pit row with that number 24. He's a 2-time winner this season here in his rookie campaign. You really can't, not say he's not a good short track racer. We didn't have many stats on Whitendorf coming into this season, but we've officially now learned and got to speak with the gentleman of that number 24 a couple weeks, and we know he'll be back next season to battle for a championship. This season his best finishes coming at the Bull Ring and at Nashville, 2 back-to-back wins. This season started off rough, though, at the Phoenix Raceway in Martinsville, an 18th at Phoenix, a 20th back at Martinsville, and then he really started to hit his stride, a 7th, a 2nd, a 3rd, a 7th, a 5th. Irwindale was a little bit of a rough one, finished back outside the top 10. He finished 12th. Then it was a 1st at Nashville, like I said, and a 1st at the Bull Ring, and then 18th at the Five Flags Speedway, and finished 1 lap down there. So a couple rough ones for the driver of that 24. He does come back out onto the speedway. There you see him rejoining the racing surface, so he'll just start tail end of the field here. Looks like Michael Trevorthan did not get his number 31 up and running, so motor problems for the driver out of Virginia will plague him here tonight. He will be credited with a 25th place entry. I believe it does look like he was able to come out here and turn about 2 laps and then had to pull it right back behind the wall, so unfortunate for him. Looks like we should get the 1 to go marker this time, and we can get back to racing here. Blimp coverage tonight brought to us by our friends at the Checkered Flag Auto Supply. Located up in Ayer, Massachusetts, family-owned, family-operated auto parts store. The friendly and knowledgeable staff pride themselves on being an independently owned and operated auto supply store up there in Ayer, Massachusetts. So if you're in the Ayer area, make sure you head over to 103 Park Street and check out our friends over at the Checkered Flag Auto Supply. Aerial coverage here at the Richmond Raceway, brought to you by the Checkered Flag Auto Supply. So we should be coming back this time, as the lights actually are going to come back out onto the pace car real quick. So we'll go back around here another time. 2 championship drivers. We talked about Williamson and Terriot, but we also talked about that other battle, and that's between Strano and Hoyle. Right now, Rex Hoyle's way down the running order, sitting in the 15th position, while Joe Strano here unveils the new paint scheme for Green Forest Tree Supply entry. I'm clicking all the buttons over here and getting tongue-tied and twisted, and there you see that new green paint scheme. It'll be on board all season long, starting next season. They unveiled it here for the final race of the season. Beautiful looking tree. Oh, sorry, car. He has trees all over it. There's a spruce tree, there's a pine tree, and I believe on the back end, there's a walnut tree also. Of course, walnuts in the logo for the Green Forest Tree Supply. Pace car down and away. It'll be back to racing here with 9 laps officially in the book. 91 to go. Green flag is waving once again here in the Culpeppers Bakery and Calf Championship night race at Richmond. And their championship hopefuls will battle it into turn 1. A big arc by the driver of that 42 of Max Terriot. Down the back straightaway, Dalton Williamson trying to bob and weave with that BK Paints number 1. Richard Murdoch working the outside of the speedway. There you see him, the driver. Oh, one of them down on the apron. That's the 8. There goes the 2. They're both spinned into the grass. Butler and Buckley, the double Bs, down below the yellow line. They're off the racing surface. Both of them go for a little bit of a spin. Let's take a look back here. Our truck tells us they already have that one queued up. They saw it coming, and they hit the record button on it. Oh, and Butler goes down below the yellow, gets the right or the left side tires down there, and around it goes, and then Buckley gets a little help there. We stay green flag racing. Because out front, it's still your 2 championship drivers. On board here with Dalton Williamson, the young gunner, won it in the championship. A wily veteran wants to notch another one in his belt. Everybody has gone single file pretty much here, except for the 33 of Mike Tasherow, who's trying to work his way back up. Looks like Bob Higgins into the outside wall, the driver of the Checkered Flag Auto Supply STP entry. He's going to lose a spot there. He'll just settle into the 19th position. Whitendorf looking to move up underneath the number 94 of Tobin. Tobin on the outside there of that 94 yellow machine. So Buckley and Butler still out here. There is Butler, and Buckley is going to be pulling up the rear for the time being in that draft top entry. And, you know, draft top being a part of, well, Buckley's everyday life up there in Massachusetts. Always drinking topless. You can check out this week, actually, just tomorrow night on ABC at 8 p.m. Eastern. Draft Top will head to Shark Tank. That will be airing on the ABC network at 8 p.m. Eastern time. Draft Top looking to ink a deal with the Sharks, and Buckley, I know, will be sitting down drinking topless along with the rest of us here on the Turn 3 Racing Network, because Draft Top always a big supporter of ours also. Well, the man who's not old enough to drink right now, he is out front, the 20-year-old out of Tampa, Florida. Has led so far 15 laps. He'll look to lead this time by, and that would be the 16th lap he has led here tonight. Looking through the field, looks like a 5-car breakaway. Oh, Murdoch going to slide a tire off of turn number 2. Driver out of South Carolina, the Adventure in Pixels 01. Him and his daughters just the other day actually went shopping for a tent And race fans, if you can believe it or not, I didn't know tents came in 28-footers, because Richard Murdoch didn't just come home with a tent. For the rest of you and I race fans, he came home with a toy hauler, that is for sure. So he hauled this, so he can haul his sim rig actually around when him and the girls go tenting. Right now, Murdoch running back here in the 7th position. He's right behind Brian Bianchi, the driver of that Culpeppers, number 14. Bianchi has moved up one spot, started in that 7th position, and since Brandon Feeney has started to drop through the field here tonight, the driver out of Canada, there you see the TRJ karting. Brandon Feeney entry, driver out of Ontario. Rookie this season, making a part-time schedule here on Thursday night when he's not out working on his Legends machine. He's right here behind the wheel of this SK Modified. As here comes Eric Stout looking to the inside. Stout going to pick up that position. Feeney not going to really put up too much of a battle. Murdoch did get around the number 14 while we watched the 83 and the 6 battle. In between them, that's the 45 of Tim Williams. Just had a birthday a couple weeks back, turned 67 years young, and battling with some of the young guns right now. See the 45 looking now to the inside of that Culpeppers Bakery and Calf, number 14. Eric Stout looks like he's going to try and fill the hole. Oh, some contact, just about, I believe. I don't know if they actually bumped the bars, but they got pretty darn close. Feeney back up the track once again. He'll lose the position there. That's Rex Hoyle that has now worked his way inside the top 15. He's running 11th with that American Tire Distributors number 54. 3-car, a little bit of a breakaway. Choo-choo train down the back straightaway. Hackers running at that 3rd position right now as we ride on board with our Culpeppers Bakery and Cafe onboard cameras. The caution flag is going to come out. Being told it might be Tobin. Dan Tobin has gone around in that number 94. Driver out of Auburn, Massachusetts. Rookie campaign this season with the Checkered Flag Auto Supply, and he's going to bring out the 2nd caution flag of the evening. So while the caution flag flies here, let's check out the replay and see what happened to Daniel Tobin. Battling with the 63 of Jameson right there. Jameson running in that 21st. Oh, slight contact with the bumper bars, and a round's gonna go, the 94 of Tobin. Oh, just the slightest of contact. You saw that 63. The car jumped. You could tell the tires hit the bumper bar. And unfortunately, Tobin going to be spun around to bring out the 2nd caution flag of the evening. Well, while we work the 2nd caution flag of the evening, it is Dalton Williamson, Max Terrell, Brian Hacker, Joe Shreno, and Sean Single, your top 5 drivers. But a quick word from Red Light Racing to not only all you race fans, but the sponsors this season. Welcome back, and a big thank you from everybody at Red Light Racing and the Turn 3 Racing Network to all the sponsors and fans that helped us this season as we have reached championship night here. As you see, the cars are assembling, getting ready to go back racing here. It'll be Dalton Williamson, Max Terriault that will lead us back to the green flag. Sean Single popping out of line real quick to see if he can clean off some tires. Tobin going to restart back into the 22nd position here after our second caution flag of the evening. Let's turn loose one more time. 27 laps in the books. The green flag coming back out. Everybody up through the 2-speed gearboxes, headed to turn number 1. There's the 5 of Hacker. He's going to take over P number 2 from that 42 entry. Hacker running a very limited schedule here this season with Red Light Racing, as he had other obligations to attend to this season, but he's here tonight. He says tonight will be a 100-lap completion by the driver out of Illinois. Had to pick a new number when he came back part-time this season. That's Sean Single, the youngster out of Ayer, Massachusetts. There you see him, the driver out of the Rev Esports stable, the 27-year-old. He picked up the number 11 from Brian Hacker, and he's not letting it go, he said. He has kept that number 11 into its winning ways that Brian Hacker set last season, as he's been able to park it in victory lane twice. Tim Williams still continuing to work the inside of the speedway with that BK Paints number 45. He's now going to pick up another one as he goes around the 01 of Richard Murdoch. That'll bump Murdoch back to now trying to battle with the driver of the Checkered Flag Auto Supply number 40 of Rob Higgins. Oh, Higgins and Murdoch. Now the Culpepper entry going to be in it. Caution flag going to come out. They're going to stack them up down here. Parking lot, turn 2, literally parking lot. There's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 cars turned around. Whitendorf going to have to turn his machine around. We were just talking about the Murdoch entry and the 40 of Higgins, and the track gets clogged for our third caution flag of the evening. Names involved in this one range everywhere from Kohnman, Bianchi, Tashro, Hoyle, Higgins, Feeney, Kohnman, Haynes, Whitendorf, Butler, Robinson. About everybody for running on the 9th position back are involved in this caution flag here tonight. So we're going to have to take a couple different angles at this one and watch and see what happened. Let's zoom it out just a little bit. There you see the Checkered Flag Auto Supply goes in. Murdoch's going to check up, and nowhere for Bianchi to go. And there's Feeney, there's Hoyle. Bob Higgins slows down on his number 41 and comes to a rest. There you see the 24 of Whitendorf has turned around. Being told Kohnman may be involved in this also. Our drone footage here tonight. There you see Kohnman and the Swagger in entry get turned around a couple times. There's Brian Bianchi and the Culpeppers number 14. A lot of good cars, drivers mixed up in this one. Right on board here with Jameson. As he's just going to bob and weave. Literally thread the needle. Right on board with Racing School entry. Oh, Dan Butler gets tagged from behind, and he's the one that tags the 24 of Whitendorf. He's going to get it put into gear. It looks like one driver pulling away, though. Backwards. That's the 54 of Rex Hoyle. And one with a bunch of smoke trailing out the back. Believe that's the Swagger in driver. That is Don Kohnman. So that brings out the third caution of the night. Drivers involved are Feeney, Kohnman, Rob Higgins, Rex Hoyle, Mike Tashford, Brian Bianchi, Brian Robinson, Daniel Tobin, Glenn Jameson, Bob Higgins, Robert Haynes. And I believe that is all of them. couple drivers are on pit road still. It looks like it's Feeney, Bianchi, Tobin, Higgins, Hoyle are all down on pit road. Actually, it looks like the 94 of Tobin will actually rejoin the racing surface along with Brandon Feeney. He's coming out of pit road right now. So the lights on the iRacing.com pace car are off. We're going to go back racing. It'll be Williamson, Hacker on your front row. Green flag up, green flag out. We're racing once again. 35 laps in the books as we work lap number 36. Great start once again by the youngster. Williamson controlling this race, trying to control his faith. All he can do is go out here, run hard, and try and win this race. Hacker with a great start to that outside. He'll hold serve in second. Sean Single trying to outside move around the veteran of Max Terrill. Will he be able to take that number 11 to third? This is all battle right now for that third position. Max able to hold the bottom lane there, and he should prevail. He's going to retain that third position. Sean Single now stuck to the outside. Will he be able to get down to the inside? Joe Strano's there, the Green Forest Resupply. Strano going to sail it off into the corner, and look who's lurking in the background there. It's the other Strano. Oh, Sean Single into the outside wall out of 2. Sean Single will tap the outside wall with that number 11. That's going to put some tire damage on that number 11. We'll see if he's still good. Right now he carries on. He does fall right back in line. He's going to lose just one spot there to that number 45. The old-timer of Tim Williams right now has picked up 7 positions. Oh, another one hard into the wall. That's the 25 of Haynes. Driver out of Santa Clara, California. So Bob Higgins will work to the inside of him. Let's see if Bob in that number 41 entry can get around. Right now, Higgins will take that 16th position from Haynes. Josh Buckley. Remember when the Buckley machine turned around off the turn number 4? The caution flag didn't come out, and you thought, oh boy, it's going to be a long, long night for him. Well, he's right back into this battle. He is running in the 8th position. If you look at the scoring, it's going to say that he picked up 3 spots so far, but I can tell you that is 3 plus, well, about 15 positions on top of that he had to drive through. Mike Taschereau just out in front of him in the racing school entry number 33. Picked up a bunch of spots. There you see him in that white number 33. Brandon Feeney, though, he's out here in the TRJ karting. K1 graphics entry, and he's a little bit down on the power after being beaten and banged around here in the early stages of this one. Had his best qualifying effort of the season. Starting inside the top 5, right now running back in 19th. Feeney just picked up his official Turn 3 merchandise. It finally got to Ontario after spending several weeks in quarantine there at the border. Sent me a couple pictures, and if you want to talk about seeing some goofy pictures, race fans, you should have seen the ones that Brandon Feeney sent. You know, I understand he's from Canada, and we know it's really cold up there right now, and, well, he had the hat on, the beanie on, the hoodie on, the shirt on, the hoodie up, and he was looking for a little more speed, he said. Well, right now he's a little down on speed. Looks about to be 20 miles an hour off the race pace. That's being set by that driver right there. That's the number 1 BK Paints entry of Dalton Williamson. He's being stalked, though, by Brian Hacker and Max Terrill. Look at Joe Strano still hanging on right here. Driver of that Green Forest Resupply sitting there, currently running in the 4th position, stalking the 3rd position held by Max Terrill. Looks like Rex Hoyle is back out onto the racing surface after being caught up in the wreck. So Rex comes back out. Right now, he is running 12 laps down currently, spending about 6 minutes down on pit road to get repairs done to the American Tire Distributors number 54. He came in tonight with a 6-point lead, or a 13-point lead over Joe Strano, And the way it's looking right now, he may lose all 13 points there to Joe Strano. So every point by the end of the night is going to matter. Someone going around here. It looks like Mark Jenkins has gone around. And oh, who is that also involved in the smoke? That's the number 32. Tony Strano. The Strano Brothers Racing number 32. Motor expired. So Tony Strano will pull it to pit road. Another caution flying here tonight for championship night. We'll have to watch this one back. Let's go see what happened here with Mark Jenkins and Tony Strano. Looks like Whitendorf out in front here. There's Jenkins in the 99. Oh, chain reaction on the bottom of the speedway. Buckley into the back of the 99 of Jenkins, and Strano's going to get the raw end of the deal. Let's watch this down here, going into the corner. You see the 11, you see the 99. The 11 checks up, the 99 checks up the 2, right into the back of that 99. The 6 into the back of the 2. Looks like the 24 of Whitendorf also getting spun around there. You see his number 24, unsponsored entry here tonight at Richmond. He went around, but the car still looks really solid, really clean. So 2 spins tonight for Whitendorf, and he'll tag the back of the field. There you see Tony Strano down on pit road. His night is going to end up behind the wall. But you know what, race fans? I was just told the truck has fixed our issue with our earlier video we played here tonight. Let's see if we can get that queued up for you, and we'll be back here for championship night for the Culpeppers Bakery and Calf. Joe Strano will come off turn number 4 here, and he will win the season opener at Phoenix. Started P1, he'll finish P1. Rex Hoyle wins tonight at Langley. A side out of 4, Whitendorf to the outside, Terriel to the inside. Terriel will win in Florida. Out of turn 4 they come for the final time. Skelton to the inside. Terriel will win throwback night here at North Wilkesboro. Dalton Williamson will come out of turn 4, and he will pick up the win here tonight at the Myrtle Beach Speedway. Final time out of 4, as it will be the number 11 of Sean Single dancing here at the Magic Mile. He won at New Hampshire. He'll win here in sunny California. Sean Single goes California dreaming. Picking up his first win of the season in the Nathan Grassi Memorial 50. It'll be Whitendorf going to victory lane. Looking to go back-to-back as the final charge here into turns 3 and 4. He'll pick up back-to-back wins. Whitendorf here at Las Vegas. The hometown kid, Dalton Williamson, will win here in Florida. Question is, who will win championship night, presented by Culpeppers Bakery and Cafe here from the Richmond Raceway. Well, we got to thank the truck for working so diligently hard back behind the scenes here tonight to get that up here for all of you race fans to relive the winners this past season here with the SK Modified Series for Red Light Racing. iRacing pace card lights are off, so I believe that means we're going back racing just next time by. It'll be Williamson, Hacker, Terriel, Strano, Williams, Taschereau, Single, Stout, Murdoch, and Butler. Your top 10 drivers. Just over the halfway point home here tonight, race fans. We hope you're enjoying the show from wherever you're watching us from, if it's down in Florida or if it's up in Canada or Massachusetts or out in California or if it's right here in snowy Pennsylvania. Green flag is back out here tonight as the unsponsored number 5 Smith Racing Inc. entry of Hacker will try to use the outside lane. He made it work last time to hold position number 2. Will he be able to do it here once again? It will be the Williamson leading out of turn number 2. Hacker actually going to be able to hold serve once again. He'll hold serve, P number 2 for Hacker, so this time by as they come back and finish the first lap back to Green Flag Racing. It'll be Dalton Williamson, Brian Hacker, Max Terriel. Here comes Richard Murdoch looking to the inside of that number 45. As Williamson going to slide up in the middle of corners 1 and 2, so he'll lose the spot to Richard Murdoch. He'll fall back into Taschereau territory, and that's Eric Stout also in the Six Rings Racing number 6. Here comes Hacker looking to the inside this time down into turn number 1. He has the inside advantage on the number 1 of Williamson. He'll take the race lead. Brian Hacker to the point for the first time here tonight, just over the halfway point. Dalton Williamson going to take a peek to the inside, but going to dive right back in line. Knows he can't afford any mistakes here tonight because right there is the 42 of Max Theriault also. Now here comes the number 1 of Williamson back down to the bottom side of the speedway in turn number 1. Murdoch's right there, 6 cars under the little bit of a blanket. You see Strano working the inside of the speedway. Hacker going to hold serve on the outside. It didn't stick down there in 1 and 2 to the inside for the number 1 of Dalton Williamson. Hacker still working the outside of the speedway. Max Theriault looks like he has moved up a groove. He's going to try the outside also alongside, or along with that number 5. It's the battle for the race lead right now. Down the back straightaway they come. 56 in the book, closing in on just 40 laps left in this one. Williamson, Hacker, Williamson. It just goes back and forth between the two at the front. No other positions have exchanged hands as you see them 2 by 2 by 2 for the first 6 positions. That allowed the 45 of Tim Williams to claw back into this, but it will be Dalton Williamson leading that time out of turn number 2. Here comes the 43 of Strano. Strano will go to the inside of that number 5. Joe Strano looking to pick up P number 2. He'll guard to the inside on the 42. Max Theriault looking down in turn 1, just letting him know, showing him in the mirror that I am sitting right here, my friend. I'm ready to go. Down the back straightaway, look at how close racing they are. Down the back straightaway between that 42 and the 5. There's the 11. He'll show the nose, and he'll shove the nose down in 3 and 4. We'll have to get back to it. Richard Murdoch also in a backward slide because here comes Eric Stout. He's having a good run here tonight. He's running in the 8th position, started back in 10th, picked up 2 spots now. Sean Single, though, still continuing to march through the field. Remember, Sean Single had a chance here to pick up a 5th position in the championship standings. He was just 9 points behind John Whitendorf coming in here. As that's the 94, Tobin Jr. He'll just stick to the outside of the speedway as everybody works on by him. Everybody gets by in the front half of the field unscathed. Looks like Dalton Williamson, though, starting to stretch things out here over Joe Strano. Theriault holding strong. He's just sitting there in 3rd. He just has to finish this one. How about Mike Taschereau? Talk about one of the drivers that, well, he's always wanted to race here with the Checkered Flag Auto Supply SK Modified Series. Got iRacing back in, I believe it was May, and wanted in, begged to get in. Unfortunately, there was a license requirement for the driver to achieve before he could prove his, we're calling his worthiness of being on the raceway with all these drivers. And it was getting to a B class oval license here on iRacing.com, and he achieved that end after so long and still continuing to beg to be let in. They did leave him in, and now he's running for the first time inside the top 5 all season long. Question is, where's the other racing school entry? There he is. It's the orange number 8 of Dan Butler. The Butler back here running in 11th has dropped 3 positions. And as we talk about the racing school and these 2 drivers here, both of them driving instructors up at the racing school at the Thompson Speedway, you can head over to theracingschool.net and actually pick up your sweetheart a gift. They have a Valentine's Day promotion going on right now. Maybe you can get booked up and go up to the racing school with a bunch of these drivers that you see on the screen here, because they believe are scheduling one out. I believe there was talks of it anyway, coming up in April. I believe it's one weekend. Oh, contact back here. The 01 of Murdoch up into the outside wall. That allows the inside for Eric Stout and Whitendorf to walk on through. So it looks like Murdoch will fall back, running P number 10 currently on our timing and scoring. A couple drivers have called it a night here at the Richmond Raceway here on Championship Night, presented by Culpeppers Bakery and Calf. Coleman has called it a night. It looks like Tony Strano. Mark Jenkins has also called it a night. Brian Bianchi is sitting down on pit road with that Culpeppers number 14, trying to get back out onto the track. It looks like they need to put a new motor in that number 14 before he can come back out. And, well, the team has it, and they are wrenching on the machine. Looking back off our leaders on board camera feed, Dalton Williamson has led every lap here tonight. Joe Strano is just sitting there. Your leaders will work into lap traffic, though. There's the Culpeppers number 14. He's coming back out. That's Brian Bianchi. He'll stay to the inside of the speedway, very slow, just trying to turn a couple of laps to pick up a couple positions. Looks like Tobin will be the first car to go victim to the race leaders. He's down on power also, so he'll stay to the outside of the speedway. It looks like Brandon Feeney is the final driver on the lead lap, but, man, if he looks in the mirror, there's your race leader. That is Dalton Williamson hammering down on that 17th place machine of Brandon Feeney. There goes your race leader. Dalton Williamson will make a clean pass, and he'll head it down into turn number 1. He has passed the lap car. Now it's Joe Strano, and then it's going to be Max Terriol that have to get there. Good for Strano, and Terriol going to have to lift a little bit on exit so he doesn't drift up. Now he'll clear. So everybody able to navigate that lap traffic. Talked about Rex Hoyle coming back out onto the racetrack, currently sitting a handful of laps down, running in that 19th position. One driver looks like sideways on the speedway. That's the number 8 of Butler, as the Raven Graphics entry of Jameson gets by him. There you see Glenn coming in this season as a rookie, signing on with the Raven Graphics team. The Raven Graphics Esports team, I should say. Teammate Lowrance not able to make it tonight, had to work. So right now, the solo banner being carried by the 63, who runs into the 11th position. He has moved the biggest here, or the most positions here tonight, running 12 positions higher than where he started. So it's 11th currently for him. Check back up front. There's the battle for the race lead. Williamson has somebody knocking on the back door. His name is Joe Strano out of Appleton, Wisconsin. Picked up one win this season. Seeing if he can pick up another one here before the season is over with that brand new paint scheme. So 3-car, a little bit of a breakaway before Taschereau running right there. Has a lot of laps running late models and modifieds, and I believe they even have a, I believe it is about a 1997 or a 1998 Ford Winston Cup machine in their stable of cars up there. A couple late models, super late models. A truck, I believe, also in the stable up there. So if you head on over to the racing school and you get registered, you can head up to the track and get behind the wheel of one of those machines. Right now, all Joe Strano wants to do is get behind the wheel of this modified and take it to the point here tonight. It's a 3-car battle as Hacker having to go around to the inside here on the number 11, a single tag the wall out of turn number 2. Hacker yanked it dead left to keep it out of the 11. Now Hacker will take over P6. Strano, or Single, didn't even bother putting up a fight for it. He knew he was dead to rights with no momentum. So he just falls back into running 7th. Here comes Strano looking to the inside. He's going to get blocked. The door was just slammed entering turn 4 there, or turn 3 and 4 by Dalton Williamson. Strano will look back down to the inside once again, showing that he's there. The BK Paints, Rev Esports, McConey setup shot of Dalton Williamson. Still holding the race lead, but how long can he hold off that Green Forest resupply entry? Looks like Williamson's starting to get a little bit of a tight push off of turn number 4 as there's the lap car of Tobin Jr. once again. Way down on power. 21 laps to go, though, to decide a championship here. for the Culpeppers Bakery and Calf Championship night here at Richmond. This time by to be the 20 lap to go marker. Taschereau clawed his way in. He has now made it a 4-horse race at the front. Tim Williams trying to claw back in. And here comes Sean Single looking back down to the inside on that number 5 of Brian Hacker. Single will take the inside, and he should be able to make the move, make the pass work. So Hacker going to lose a spot. Here comes Eric Stout looking maybe he could pick another one up. Whitendorf just back there. Oh, Hacker going to find the outside wall. Hacker finds the outside wall. Whitendorf has to go to the inside, and he really had to throw that car sideways to get around Brian Hacker. Hacker's going to shorten up that right side by about 4 inches on that impact. Climbed the wall a little bit. Let's see if this is it. The truck tells us they have this one right here. Right up into the outside wall. Look at Whitendorf just throw the car to the inside. And he gets around him. So Hacker just loses a spot back to 7th in that exchange. Murdoch still sitting there running 10th. 16 laps to go and hasn't changed out front. There you see the 2 that are still running nose to tail. Taschereau has got around the 42 of Max Terriol. And this is how that pass happened. There you see the 33 look to the inside. He had a great run out of turn number 4. Max realizes that 33 is down there. He gives him the inside advantage. Then he'll complete the pass going into turn 3. Max knew what was on the line there, and there was going to be nothing to lose but give up the position to still hold his championship hopes here tonight. 14 laps to go. He knows he just has to finish this one. So right now it is Dalton Williamson, Joe Strano, Mike Taschereau, Max Terriol, Tim Williams, Sean Single, Eric Stout, John Whitendorf in 8th, Hacker in 9th, and then it's Murdoch still holding on. Last car on the lead lap is this driver here on the draft top entry, number 2. This is Josh Buckley. He trails the number 41 right now. Checkered Flag Auto Supply STP sponsored entry. That's the 41 of Bob Higgins right now, and I can officially tell you now, race fans, that Bob Higgins, as long as he can finish this race here in the next 12 laps, he will finish inside the top 10 in his rookie campaign. Many late nights will pay off at the end of this season. I was told by, well, the wife that he has spent many nights up till about 2 a.m. in the morning on iRacing, trying to advance his license and get better at driving here on the iRacing.com platform here with these late models, or these SK modifieds. Excuse me, he ran some late models the other day I was watching. Looks like one has gone around, possibly Brian Bianchi has taken it to pit road. Caution flag stays in the bag, though. Williamson started to pull away, but Joe Strano now has got some heat. That's the Racing School number 33. 10 laps to go, and the battles here at the front of the field are hot and heavy. Haynes also just going to get around Butler. That will be for the 12th position. So the California driver getting around the driver from the Northeast here. Higgins and Buckley still having a battle back here for the 14th and 15th position, but they got to remember they are the final 2 on the lead lap from this driver who got 8 laps to go as he'll approach the number 54 of Hoyle. Hoyle will go to the outside of the speedway, gives the race leaders the inside. So Strano will make the pass. Taschereau still holding serve there, and so is Terriot. So 4-car breakaway. Tim Williams has been running back here all night long, just kind of sitting in this 5th position. Has worked his way up. Now here comes a pass, though. Here comes the 42. Max Terriot working back to the inside here on the 33. So the 42 trying to come back onto the podium. Maybe he can go up there and win here tonight for the Culpeppers Bakery and Calf Championship night. Right now, though, it's the Tampa, Florida driver. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers winning a Super Bowl just on Super Bowl Sunday. Dalton told me he sat by and watched the parade. Well, sorry, they couldn't have a parade because of the COVID-19 pandemic and the restrictions all around the country. So they had themselves we're calling a water taxi. And, well, Dalton kind of watched from afar. Heard Tom Brady went a little overboard along with Grunk. Right now, Dalton would like to celebrate a championship, too. But it's 5 laps to go. It'll be 4 to go, this time by at the line. 4 laps right there at the line. Joe Strano has come back now to run within a car length. It's kind of been like a cat and mouse game, you know. Dalton will go real hard, he'll pull away, and then Joe will kind of pull him back in, and then Dalton will go ahead and go again, and then he pulls him back in, and it's like that big accordion. 3 to go this time by. Terriot's right there running in the 3rd position, so right now, if the race were to end right now with 3 laps to go, Dalton does not have enough points right now to win that championship, so Max has just got to finish. 2.5 more laps so he can put his name on the championship roster. Popsicle sticks go up in the air. 2 laps to go here tonight on the championship night. Be a good 1 and 2 there for the driver out of Tampa, Florida. He'll lead the Wisconsin driver down the back straightaway into 3. Here comes the 42. Max Terriot going to try and take a peek to the inside on the exit of the corner. White flag is up. 1 lap to go. Presented by the Checkered Flag Auto Supply. It's the final lap of the season. It's the number 1, Dalton Williamson, holding the top spot. He might win this race. A block by Joe Strano to the 33 of Taschereau. Final corner, though, it'll be Dalton Williamson winning the race here for the Culpeppers Bakery and Calf Championship night, but Max Terriot will win the championship. Joe Strano will finish 3rd. It will be Mike Taschereau in 4th. Tim Williams will finish in 5th. But there is your champion. It's the 42. Max Terriot did everything he had to do here tonight, and it was just keep a clean car and finish it off here tonight. He'll finish on the podium and clinch the championship. Your race winner, though, Dalton Williamson, he's going to come down here. He's going to attempt to do some donuts tonight. Cars don't do too good down on the grass there, Dalton. There you see him. He'll let her rip tater chip. Down on the grass, he'll get a little bump there by his teammate Tim Williams. Sean Single also going to join him. So as Dalton does some donuts here tonight, we're going to take a little bit of an extended break before we come back here for your post-race show here for the Culpeppers Bakery and Calf Championship night. Once again, we got to thank Culpeppers for coming on board to be the championship sponsor here at the Richmond Raceway. As you know, Culpeppers is a bakery and calf, a full-line bakery with your everyday treats or for your special occasion, and a calf. Serving full-line breakfast and lunch, or if you want just to sit down and have a cup of joe and a snack with your family and friends, located at 500 Cambridge Street, Worcester, Massachusetts, right by Holy Cross College. So race fans, stick around here. Post-race show coming up. You want to hear what your 2 championship drivers have to say after this race. Welcome back here, race fans, to the Richmond Raceway here, home of Championship Night, presented by Culpeppers Bakery and Calf. We have completed 100 laps in the final race of the season, and we have crowned a champion. But race fans, you gotta wait for the final number to be tallied. The judges are tallying those numbers right now. So let's start on the podium here tonight, coming home third, and a good, strong third place finish. Let's start with your Joe Strano. Joe, tonight, you ran inside the top three. You had a battle coming in also, though. You didn't just battle on the track. You were battling in the point standings to be that final position on the podium in the points championship. You came in a couple points down from Rex Hoyle, but I believe as the numbers are coming in here, you will officially leapfrog into third at the end of this season.
Yeah, Roger, it took a lot of work. It was just being consistent every week. We struggled right after Phoenix there. I got involved in a wreck, and I just thought that was going to be the case the whole season, but I was able to come back and notched ourselves a bunch of top fives this season. It's just been, like I said, one after another, just being consistent and staying in it.
Yeah, you started off the season this season, Joe, with a win at Phoenix. You know, we'll call that the highlight of the season because it wasn't just handed to you. That was like a Talladega Super Speedway race where you were able to hold on with this Green Forest Tree Supply entry. Then it took a couple rough spells at Martinsville and Langley and USA, but after that, you top 10'd your way all the way to this race here where you finish on the podium once again. Your worst finish in the last 8 races was a 6th place. So tell us about the offseason where you were able to turn this program around, come back for your sophomore season, and have this many top fives.
You know, honestly, it was just looking at the schedule. After the rookie season, I knew where I needed to improve on. I knew, what to expect with these cars. I never ran them before last season, so coming into this season, I had a lot more of an understanding of what these cars do. For anybody that watches Monday nights, I mean, these cars are totally different from those. So really just gaining that knowledge, putting the practice in, being able to see the schedule and saying, okay, I know I need to put the time in on this track, and it really just helped turn everything around for me.
Well, you had a great season here tonight, Joe. You battled with Dalton for the win. We know you couldn't get around him, and we saw you give him a little jab here after the race that, boy, if this was any other race, I may have gave you the 3-tap Teddy rule to get around you, but tonight you played it cautious because it's a championship night, and you finish on the podium. Another solid finish here this season. We know there's some names on the side of this car, though, that you got to give big shout-outs that help you out here on the iRacing.com platform.
Yeah, I mean, Green Forest Tree Supply, first and foremost. They support me on both Monday and Thursday nights, greenforesttreesupply.com. I got Draft Top on the new paint scheme here, and then Victory Junction. They're big supporters of us here at Strano Brothers Racing Stable. And then all the fans. I know my mom's watching. My brother was supporting me there, even though he wrecked out early. He came back and was helping me, pointing things out to me. My grandma's watching. My wife's right behind me here. Father-in-law Mike, if he's watching, I told my dad to tune in. Just got a lot of family, a lot of friends, so I appreciate everybody's support. Thank you for putting on the broadcast, Roger, and thank you for everybody coming out to YouTube tonight.
Well, there you hear it from the driver of the number 43 out of Wisconsin. Joe Strano has a lot of family and friends, and we welcome them, and we thank them for tuning in here tonight. Joe Strano will finish third here for championship night at Richmond, and I believe when it's all tallied up here, he will leapfrog Rex Hoyle and finish third in the championship standing. So a great sophomore season for Joe Strano. Now standing by with us here tonight, the driver. Well, I'm being told we're going down to Victory Lane. He's officially ready. It looks like he's doing the Rob Gronkowski. This is driver Dalton Williamson. Dalton, a good run out there tonight, but I can officially say it's going to be a couple points short of a championship.
Yeah, I tried my best. First thing I want to say is apologize to Joe. I was trying everything I could to stay out front. I normally don't do things like that, but I appreciate him not hooking me. That shows the respect that people have for me in here, and I appreciate it. Congrats to Max, and for sure I could say, I guess, hell, I got to come back next year now and compete again.
Well, Dalton, you announced your retire. Can you unretire from retiring?
Maybe. I don't know. I don't think I officially, signed it yet.
Well, you know what? Rob Gronkowski came out of retirement and he just won a championship, so maybe that's a thing down there in Tampa, Florida.
It might be.
Very interesting. But tonight you were able to win. Tell us about your season, though. You had a good season. We talked to Joe. You heard him rattle off his stats this season, but yours, none to slouch about either. 3 wins this season. You also picked up 2 poles. You've had 7 top 5s and 10 top 10s on the season out of your 11 starts. That's, those are some really good stats, but I mean, you just get beat out by a couple points.
Yeah, a couple bad things happening from there in time, time again. It's racing. I swear it's like iRacing has I don't know what you'd call it. I guess a spell on me, I guess, not to win one of these anymore. I've tried and keep falling short every year.
Well, a podium finish here to round things out in winner's circle and a podium spot in the points championship with a lot of drivers here that are some very good short track drivers that you had to battle. So to finish second in the points championship has got to feel pretty good. Who made this all possible all season long with this number 1?
Oh yeah, man, for sure. It feels good to finish second again. Congrats to Max. That was a good battle all year, man. I have a lot of respect for him. As far as sponsors go, McConey Setup Shop, BK Paints, Rev Esports, Don, Tim, all the guys over there, all the guys at McConey Setup Shop. You guys for broadcasting. Joshua, all the guys in here, man, that put on this league. It's a hell of a league, and I swear it gets better and better every time I run in it. So I'm excited to see the field next year. It's looking pretty stacked for next year. I don't want to disclose a lot of information, but it's looking like a strong field next year.
Well, there you hear it from Dalton Williamson. He will win here tonight on championship night, but he will come up just a couple points short to your champion. Coming home in second here tonight, and I can officially say this is your champion. This is going to be Max Terrill. Max, a great season for you and all the guys over there at that 42 machine. You knew coming into the night you had a good championship buffer back to Dalton Williamson, so it was kind of just keep the nose clean all night.
Yeah, first of all, thanks, Roger. Thanks to Dalton, and congrats on him for the dominating win tonight. And yeah, the plan was simple, just to keep the car clean. I started third, which was much better than last week. Last week I had to battle with broken steering wheel, so I think it was about last week getting the least amount of damage possible to stay in the points lead. And today, well, I kept in the top 3 pretty much all race long. I saved some stuff towards the end. I let Mike pass. I thought he was going to battle with these top 2 guys, but it didn't matter. It didn't happen, so I decided to just go ahead with about 10-15 to go and try to catch back to the lead, but not close enough.
Not close enough as you made that pass there with coming to get 2 laps to go. But this season, you dominated. Last season, you came up a couple points short, I believe it was, and this season, you really turned the Jets on. Did you have something to prove after last season?
Nothing to prove, but I wanted a more consistent season. It started out real strong, and towards the middle part, I had a couple of races where I got some involved in wrecks that cost me some points. And towards the end, 2 great battles with John at Five Flags at Nashville, and can't remember the other ones. And the last 2 races, I kept my car clean. So for points championship format like we have, that's the most important thing, keeping these 4 wheels on the car and consistent finishes at the end.
You were definitely able to be consistent this season, Max. And, your championship hunt may be done here on Thursday, but you're still battling for a championship on Monday, too. Have you locked yourself into the postseason over there? So championship hopes going to continue? You going to take the momentum from this and apply it to Monday night now?
Yeah, it's still early on in the season. I think we're only 6 of 15 races in. We'll have other guys lock it themselves in the next few weeks probably. And over there too, it's also about trying to get some momentum going into the playoffs. We have a different variety of tracks coming up. I know a road course in a week or 2, and or Vegas next week, Sonoma in 2 weeks. So we'll have some practicing to do for sure, and most of the guys that run on Monday were here tonight, so it's a good group of guys to run with.
Well, Max, before we let you go, the red carpet is rolled out for you here tonight, champ, and the microphone is yours. I know there's a lot of people you got to thank for this one.
Yep, as usual, my girlfriend, my friend Max, MK Medic, and my dad. They're all regular supporters of your broadcast on Turn 3 Network. Would like to thank Josh and Dan for running this Checkered Flag Auto Supply Thursday Night League. So again, congrats to Dalton for the win tonight and the second place in the championship. To Joe, who battled hard towards the later half of the season to come back to third place. That's a really good job on him. And we'll see you guys next season.
Well, there you hear it from your champion here tonight. Max Terriel finishes in the runner-up spot, but he'll officially clinch the championship here on the Culpeppers Bakery and Calf Championship night at Richmond. It was one heck of a battle. He'll finish with 10 points to the good over Dalton Williamson. Williamson finishes second in the points championship with Joe Strano leapfrogging Rex Hoyle. So Strano leapfrogs into position number 3, bumping Hoyle back to finish 4th in the championship standings with rookie John Whitendorf finishing 5th. Sean Single is 6th in the championship standings with Michael Trevarthen in 7th, Joshua Buckley in 8th, Dan Butler in 9th, and how about Bob Higgins holding off Rob Higgins? So Dad showed the son how to do it once again here, and Bob will round out our top 10 in the championship standings. What a great season it was this season, race fans. We've seen everything from the Phoenix International Raceway to New Hampshire to the Bull Ring, 5 Flag Speedways, and right here at the Richmond Raceway for championship night, brought to us by Culpeppers Bakery and Calf. We got to thank all of you race fans, though, that tune in on a nightly basis and a weekly basis here to watch these modifieds. We got to thank all the sponsors. Of course, Culpeppers coming on board for the championship night. We got to thank Six Rings Racing, the Checkered Flag Auto Supply, the title sponsor here on a Thursday night. We also got to thank and remember the life of Nathan Grassi. We had the memorial race back at the Nashville Fairgrounds, where we had a great race where Whitendorf was able to pick up his first win of the season. But, man, this season's in the book. This was season number 3 where Max picks up a championship. It's the 3rd champion in 3 different seasons. So, wonder who's going to win season number 4. Season number 4 will be coming back in a couple of weeks right here on the Turn 3 Racing Network, race fans. So if you're a race fan and you want to run some SK Modifieds, make sure you check out redlightracing.net to get linked up and get ready to race here on a Thursday night with some of the greatest short track racers on iRacing. But for everybody at Red Light Racing, Culpeppers, Checkered Flag Auto Supply, and Six Rings Racing, we thank you, and we can't wait to see you next season. Till then, race fans, everybody stay safe, and we'll see you at the races.